Hello and welcome to the game today. It is Pine River versus North Home-Kelliher in a homecoming game. So tonight should be a pretty good game for Pine River. I think with our girls playing as well as they are doing this year, that we should pull out an easy win. So our starters for the Pine River Bacchus Tigers: number 4, Bailey Wynn; number 7, Anna Feldhaus; number 8, Jamie Johnson; number 9, Olivia Atkins; number 15, Alyssa Semler; number 18, or number, I think it's 23, our libero, Emma Barkus; and then number 22, Riley Hershey. And your starters for the North Home-Kelliher Mustangs is Jetta Levinson, Sophia Ed Miller, number 13, Iga Lechner, number 13, Wagner, number 18, Samantha Hilbrett, number 30, Destiny Heck, and number 32, Tina Womborn. So we have about 2 minutes before the game starts, and so now it's just a waiting period. On the tomorrow is the Brainerd tournament for our Pine River Bacchus girls, and the next time it is not a tournament, it's away at WHA, and hopefully we'll have a playoff game here when playoff games start. Something cool is going to come out of that. No, not really. Earplug. I like it. And so now, let's get rolling with Pine River Bacchus versus North Home-Kelliher. The playing of the national anthem tonight is by the Pine River Bacchus Pep Band. So let's win. Let's do that. The national anthem. And I'll say it one more time, the starters for the Pine River Bacchus Tigers: number 4, Bailey Wynn; number 7, Anna Feldhaus; number 8, Jamie Johnson; number 9, Olivia Atkins; number 15, Alyssa Semler; our libero, number 23, Emma Barkus; number 22, Riley Hershey. Please enjoy tonight's game. Oh, uh-oh.
Shot!
Wait.
Before we get started with the game here, I'd like to announce after this we are going to have a JV game. So if you want to stay for that, please stay. And then also remain in your seats during play. If you have to leave the gym, do it during a timeout or in between games. Thank you.
Good public announcement there, Schreigel. So I'll just give you a little rundown where everybody is. Olivia Atkins, she's going to be, I'm pretty sure Riley Hershey's going to be our setter. I think Olivia Atkins is going to be outside, and then Alyssa Semler will be middle hitter. Emma Barkus is in the back row, also with Anna Feldhaus and Bailey Wynn. So, serving first will be, it looks like our Pine River Bacchus Tigers. Emma Barkus will be starting out the serving. Can't really see these numbers. Barkus with the serve, over up to number 4, Sophie, and over by 18. Riley up, Alyssa down, and blocked by Wagner and Hilbrand. Wamburn is up, Hershey outside with the outside, and Olivia Atkins with the over. Up, set up to 13. In the net was called, and it's North Home Cavaliers point. And then Wanborn will be up to serve again. The bump up by Atkins. Over to set with Hershey, down with is Alyssa Semler. With the hit is number 15, Alyssa Semler. And that is her first hit of the night. Now Atkins up for the serve. The serve went out, Northham-Kellier's point. Wagner's up with the jump serve over the net, out of bounds. But it was a great jump serve, I would have to say. Not a lot of girls jump serve anymore, so Ellie Smith sub. Ellie Smith is in the game for Alyssa Semler. And Smith will be serving. A serve up to Womborn. Atkins up. Set by Riley Hershey. A hit, but a block coming down. And that was number 4, Edder Miller. And Hilbrand is up with the serve. And another jump serve back to Atkins. Hershey with the set, Bailey with the hit, and it was in. And that is Bailey Wynn's first kill of the night as well. And Hershey with the serve. Right over to, I couldn't tell whose number that was, but the setup by Womberger. Smith just a little behind the ball with the bump up to Atkins. Now it's number 30 up. Heck is up for the serve. The serve is up. And to win, Riley Hershey tries. Oh, back to win. Over by number 3, Livingston, but it's Pine River's point. Feldhaus with the serve. Oops, sub. Downey in for Feldhaus. The ball's right over to, the setup by Womberger. 4 down, but the block just missed by Wynn and Johnson. And that hit down was by I think it was by number 3. Or maybe it was for Et Miller. But now Et Miller's up for the serve. And that serve went out. Smith is out with a double for Alyssa Semler. Alyssa Semler's in for Smith. And Anna Downey's out. Downey's out, and the sub was in with Anna Feldhaus. And Bailey Wynn's up for the serve. Good serve to the back row, but it was out. Libero in, Emma Barkas in for Anna Feldhaus. And Levison is in for the serve. Serve to the back row to Bailey Wynn, the setup by Hershey. Coming down, Alyssa Semler, but there was a block. Northham-Kellier saved it, and then Womberger with the outside hit. Jamie Johnson with the one arm, and over by Bailey Wynn. Womberger set up to number 18, Hilbrandt. Wynn is up, the set down, but the hit by Alyssa Semler went out of bounds. We have a sub for Northham-Kellier, number 14, Gilge, for number 18, Hilbrandt. And Livingston is up for another serve. The serve to Olivia Atkins, up to Hershey. Down, with a tip over, but in the net, called on Northham-Kellier. And Jamie Johnson, number 8, with the serve. And the serve is up to number 4, Edda Miller. Served by Womberg. And kind of a tip-looking hit over by number 14, Guild. And the serve goes back to Weddenbonner. And the serve. Bailey Wynn. A setup and a set by Riley Hershey. Down and goes Alyssa Semler, and it was in. That's Alyssa Semler's second kill of the night, or the evening, or the afternoon, whatever you want to say. Barkis is out. Libero's out. She came back in for Anna Feltos came back in for Emma Barkis. And Atkins up for a serve. Serve is good. Back to Etta Miller. Set a bump over, but it went out. Number 14, Gilge just got a little too much power on it and went out. 8-9. Atkins serve goes right over to Heck. Set up by Wannenberger. Down goes with a setup. Oh, and a tip by Alyssa Semler. Over to Etta Miller. Down by Gilge. Bailey Wynn gets saves. And then Anna Feldhaus with the tip over. Falls right in the middle. With the Pine River Bacchus point, it is 9-9. And Atkins up for another serve. Serve is good. Right over to Heck. Down goes number 13, Wagner, by the setup by, I'm pretty sure, Wennenberger, Barner. And now Atkins, and that hit went out, and now it's another serve for Olivia Atkins. And the serve is good again. Over to Etta Miller, set up by number 2 hits by, it looks like, Barner. And Atkins up for her fifth consecutive serve. And the serve in the net, and it's Northome Kellier's point. Up to serve is number 13, Wagner. And Wagner also is a jump serve, has a jump serve, and it's up. And in the net, Nicole, it was plugged into to there. That's where I plugged it into. For the homecoming game. Semler's going to be subbed out for number 6, Ellie Smith. And Smith with the serve. After a great run of serving by Olivia Atkins. Over to number 3, Levinson. Upset by Wannenberger. Down by set up to Anna Feldhaus, but she just could not get it over. And a sub in. Hilbrandt in for, let's see here, Gilge. And number 15 has come in, and that's and that's Donald. And number 18, Hillenberger, serves. And up to Emma Barkis, set over, but it tried to tip, but a block by number 4 and 3, Livingston and Etta Miller. And another serve for Hildenbrandt. And the serve is up. And a short serve to Bailey Wynn. Tried to tip over by Riley Hershey. A save by Riley, but Atkins could just not get there in enough time. Hillenbrandt with another serve. And it's up to Barkis with a set, but they're going to call a lift on Emma Barkis. Or Barkis for that one. Number 5 is coming in for number 4. Hillman in for Etta Miller. And Hilbrandt is in with another serve. And to Barkis. An up, set up to Riley. And a down by Bailey Wynn. And it just went off of Hedenberger's hands, but it is in. And Bailey Wynn with the second kill. So there's 4 total for Pine River, 2 by Semler, and 2 of them by Bailey Wynn. Claire Dahl is in for Ellie Smith. And our server right now is 22, Hershey. Hershey to Hindenburger, over to 30. And number 15, Donald, looked dazed and confused, I would say, on that one. And then Hershey up for another serve. Back to Hindenburger, but it is out. And Hershey up for her 3rd consecutive serve. And over to Heck, up by Wannenberger, but Heck gets it in the net on the hit, tried to hit over. And now it is Hershey. Up to Hindenburger, over to Wamber, and over to Heck, and the tip over. A save by Claire Dahl, and over. Oh, but a block on Anna and on Feldhaus is hit by 30 and 3, Levinson and Heck. Number 13 is in for number 15. Wagner is in for Donald. And Heck is up for a serve. And the serve over to Atkins, set up by Hirsch, and down by Wynn, but they get a tip over. Hershey sets up. Anna Feldhaus comes down, but a block by number 3, Livingston, but it goes off her hands on to the court for a Pine River Bacchus point. And libero comes in, but it's a timeout called by the Tigers. So we'll take a minute break. And out of the timeout, it looks like Barkis is coming back up to serve. As a libero, Barkis can only serve in one spot. I don't know which spot she's in, but coming in a nice serve. Mr. Dale Hurdy called it out, but it kind of looked like it went off of number 18, Hembach's arms. Number 4 is in, Etta Miller. In for number 5, Hillman. And Etta Miller gets to serve. And the serve by Etta Miller went out of bounds. Alyssa Semler is going in for Claire Dahl, and now Bailey Wynn gets to serve. And the serve is up. Back to Heck. A bump over by Wannenberger, and down by Hildenbrandt, but it was out of bounds, and Bailey Wynn is up to serve again. And it's over. Out of bounds on a serve by Bailey Wynn. And Livingston is up. And a serve to Barkis. A setup by Hershey. And Bailey Wynn comes down. Oh! It almost did not go over, but Hillbrandt had her back turned so she could not see where the ball was. And Johnson's up for a serve. The serve is in the net. And it is now 20-18. Pine River up by 2. And Wanborn is serving up to win. Set up by Hershey. Come down. Oh, and block. Weinberger gets it up to Wagner, but it's out. And libero Emma Barkas came out for Anna Feldhaus. Livingston and number 16. I don't know who number 16 is because I don't have it on the program, but that was an Atkins serve up to Weinberger. Coming down by Wagner. Hershey bump it over. Miscommunication by Feldhaus and Assembler, but Weinberger set. Hillbrandt with the tip over. Wagner with the tip over. Up by, and Alyssa and Semler with the hit down. Johnson is out for Emma Barkas, but that is Alyssa Semler's third hit of the afternoon. And the serve was Olivia Atkins, and it went off. It shanked off one of the girls, North Home-Kelliher girls' arm. And Atkins with a great serve over to number 16. Wannenberger down. Heddenbert. And then a setup. Anna Feldhaus. It was in right on the line, it looked like, by Anna Feldhaus. That is her first kill of the night. One more point for Pine River to take the set. Olivia Atkins in the net on the serve. 24-19, Tigers are leading. Wagner, number 13, is up for a serve. And the serve. And it was out by Wagner. So the match goes to Pine River Bacchus. Now they just have to win 2 more. So we got a 3-minute break, but to give you a rundown, Bailey Wynn's got 2 kills. Feldhaus has 1, and Semler has 3. And it looks like North Home-Kelliher's serving is actually is pretty consistent. Pine River's is too, and I think this is going to be a real game of serving here, it looks like. Riley Hershey with a lot of good sets to Semler with hits, and to an outside hitter Feldhaus, and to also Bailey Wynn. If the Tigers can keep this up, it should be an easy breezy game. So we have North Home-Kelliher is staying the same for a starting lineup for the second game, but a change for Pine River Bacchus. I think it's Anna Downey, number 5, is starting. So we have about a minute left, and then we'll get started on game 2. North Hope-Kellier breaks out of the timeout, or the middle of the game period, pretty quickly. Tigers take up most of it. So let's see what happens, just to make sure I get everything right. Number 7, Anna Feldhaus. Number 15, Alyssa Semler. Number 22, Riley Hershey. Number 4, Bailey Wim. Number 5, Anna Downey. Number 8, Jamie Johnson, but I'm going to scratch out Anna or Alyssa Semler and go Olivia Atkins. And Wanborn starts with the serve for North Home. And the serve to win. Up to Hershey. Johnson down. Oh, and a save by number 4. And over by up to Hershey. Wing comes down. Henberger, or number 3, Liv said, could not get there in time, so that is Bailey's 3rd kill, and Semler came in for Atkins, and win now with the serve. And the serve is in the net. That gives North Hope-Kellier a chance to take a lead. Number 15 is coming in for number 13, so Donald's coming in for Wagner. And Donald's serve goes back to Barkas, set up to Alyssa, but it was in the net. Semler and Riley Hershey has always pretty consistent sets, it would seem, for Pine River. So Donald is going to get another serve. Back to Johnson. Up to Hershey. And down it goes Semler. And it is in. That is Semler's 4th kill of the night, or the afternoon, I should say. And this gives Anna Downey a chance to serve. And the serve. Oh, Wanberger. Looks like she swung her arms a little bit. So it goes out of bounds. And that leaves Downey with another chance to serve. And the serve is up. And to number Etta Miller to go off the hands. Downey's 3rd consecutive serve right here, if she can make it over. And it's to Livingston, which it goes on the ground before she can get under it, and Downey's 4th consecutive serve. And the serve to Livingston, up to Wanenberger, down by Etta Miller to Barkas. The setup to Riley, or to Alyssa, down, and it went off the fingertips of the block to get Alyssa Semler her 5th kill of the night. Downey with her 5th consecutive serve. Back to Donald. Up by Wanberger, but it was a lift, or a 2-hit. They're going to call it 2-hit on, let me think, Wanenberg. Because she could not get the setup. It went right between her hands. Downey's 6th consecutive serve. Over to Wanenberger, off the hands. Back to Donald, and Etta Miller, or Livingston gets it. Oh, Jamie Johnson with a great hit. Down to Etta Miller, but a block by Semler. Oh, Livingston saves it. Win. Up to Hershey. Down goes Alyssa, but it was a tip. And it gets it right in front of Livingston before she could get to it. Number 21, Dreher. Dreher is coming in for Wanenbohr. And Downey's 7th consecutive serve. Oh, right over the net to Livingston. And it was a great, that was, and a 2-hit called. Anna Downey's 8th consecutive serve. And the serve. Back row to Livingston. Oh, Wagner tried to save it, but she just did not get there in enough time. And Downey's 9th consecutive serve. And in. So Downey's 10th consecutive serve coming up right here. Oh, and a substitution comes. Gilge is in for Livingston. Livingston? And Downey's 10th consecutive serves goes out of balance. But that was 10 serves, so that was 10 serves. I can see why it went out of bounds. And number 18, Hillenbrandt up. Ooh, and it goes into the net to give the Tigers a 12-3 lead, or a 9-point lead. And Barkus came out, so Feldhaus could go in. To Wagner. It was a timeout from Northam Kellier. And that was last serve was Johnson's. And we'll take a minute break. And Johnson back up with the serve. Back to Wagner. Oh, but the miscommunication between number 21, Dreher, and looked like number 4, Etta Miller, and Johnson back up with the serve. Back over to, I forget, and Etta Miller goes, tips it over, back to Feldhaus. Hershey with the setup. Semler comes down with a beautiful hit with her 6th hit of the night. And Johnson up with another serve. To Wagner, but just goes off of Wagner's arm to have Johnson have another serve. Johnson up to Edinburgh. Can't see. Wagner pushes it over. Push up by, or set up, and then up to Semler, then it went to Win up to Feldhaus, and then Feldhaus with the tip over and a sub. Weinberger's back in for number 21, Dreher, and now Johnson gets another serve. And the serve goes to Wagner. Up, I can't see, and then to number 30. Set up, and Feldhaus with the tip over. Over to 30, and to Etta Miller. And then Hershey with the setup, and coming down is Alyssa Semler, but a block by number 14, and looks like number 4, Etta Miller and Gilge. And Barkus is in, and Anna Downey comes out. Number 30, Heck, to Win. Set to Alyssa, or to Anna Feldhaus. And Anna Feldhaus gets a hit and that gets her 2 hits of the night. There's a substitution. Atkins coming in for Semler. And Atkins will serve. Atkins with the serve. Heck gets it with a save up to Barkus. And tip over by Feldhaus. Weinberger gets it over. Tip up. And then to Bailey. Oh, but a tip back. Wagner could not get there in time for Northholm. And so a tip in the corner. A good placement by Bailey or Wim. Number 10 is going in. That is Hillenbrandt. That's Paige Hillenbrandt. And Atkins with another serve. Back to Hillenbrandt. Up to Weinborg. And Wagner coming down. Wow, and that was a great hit by Weinborg. Behind, it looked like it was behind the 10-foot line. To Atkins, who could just not get it up. Hershey. Ariana Cramp coming in for number 22, Hershey. And Adam Miller, serve to Barkus. Set by, Bailey Wynn, but a block, but it goes off the hands of Gilge. Norman goes in for Johnson. And also Barkus is out, our libero, and Downey comes back in, and Cramp is up for a serve. Serve in the net. So that will give a chance for Northern Kellier to serve, but they'll put in Livingston for the serve. And the serve back, and it to Downey, set up by Cramp, and Anna Downey comes down, but Heck saves it. Weinborg, Wagner, Norman up for the Cramp set. Wynn coming down, and a hit for Wynn. That is her 4th hit of the afternoon, and a sub. Number 7 is Savick in for Heck. And Feldhaus with the serve. To Adam Miller. Weinborg. And then set up to Wynn. Norman comes down. Up to Adam Miller. Weinborg. Then to Wagner with the hit. Atkins. Up to Cramp. Down to Riley Norman. Feldhaus serve. Whoa, goes out of bounds. Feldhaus comes out for libero number 23, Anna Feldhaus. Or Emma Barkus. Barkus. Up to a Cramp set. To Johnson. Johnson comes down, and it's in. Atkins. Now, Semler goes in for Atkins, and it will be a Bailey Wynn serve, or a Wynn serve. And a serve. Goes back to Adam Miller. Up to Weinberg, and Adam Miller comes down. Wynn. Oh, and with a save by Wynn, and over by Semler. Adam Miller goes up, and a save by Weinberg. Up by Savage. And a block, but they're going to give it to Pine River. It looks like it was in the net. So Pine River takes game 2. And we'll have a 3-minute break here. Shoot. I'll go there. I didn't look off of it, so don't worry. North Home Kellier's starting lineups looks the same. Let's see what Pine River Bacchus does for a starting lineup, but it looks pretty much the same. So Johnson, Hershey, Wynn, Downey, Felthouse, Semler. And then we got Wagner, the serve. Up. Back to Etta Miller. Weinberg. Oh, it went off the face of Etta Miller. Weinberg tried to get it, but it looks like Weinberger's head collided with Hettenberger's knee. But it looks like everything's okay, so Barkus now. Back to serve. Hettenberg, or Etta Miller, just stopped right as she saw it. So Barkus with a second consecutive serve. To Heck. Weinberg up. To Hettenberger over. With a bump over. The bump over just gets by Olivia Atkins. And Weinberg is up for a serve. Up to Barkus. A setup for Hershey. Wing comes down. Livingston saves it. Hershey set. Johnson a little outside, but gets it back in. Hettenberger. Weinberg up. Wagner down, but in the net. Semler in for Atkins. That was a win serve. Sorry, I blanked out, but Heck with 4 hits. So that was a win serve last, and now it is up, and then it's back to win now. Win. Oh, right in front of Etta Miller. And Win is up again. Win in the net. Number 5. Hillman is in for number 4, Etta Miller. 5-2 right now. And a jump serve by Wagner. Back to Barkus. Oh, a save by Hershey. Down goes Semler. And at number 5, Hillman. It was a slower one by Semler, but she could just not get it. And Semler with another kill. That'll bring her up to 6 overall. And Downey with a great serving game last time. Gets it in the net this time. And Downey's out. Ellie Smith is in. And now Hindenburg is serving. And the serve. Back to Win. Up by set by Hershey. And a take and a hit down by Semler. And that gets her to 8. And that gets, now Barkus is out. Johnson, serve, up, tip over by Livingston, up by Hershey, down by Anna Felthouse, but it's still by Hillman. Hershey with a tip. Oh, Semler saves because the tip wasn't going over, but then Livingston comes back, tips it over for a point. 7-4, Tigers ahead. Heck is serving. And the serve in the net. Atkins. In. Semler is out. And Atkins serve. Back to Heck. It goes over. Smith up. And Wynn up. Boom. And Wynn gets it down. And that is 6 hits for Wynn for the afternoon. And Atkins with a serve. Atkins back to Henneberger. Weinberger up. And Hillman and Wagner had an extreme case of miscommunication. So Hillman was trying to get it over. Wagner came right up behind her, so she could not get it over. Atkins with another serve. Back to Hillenbrandt. Weinberger tip over, but Ellie Smith with the save. Feldhaus comes down after a Wagner save. Hillman comes. And Hillman gets the hit down for, or I think it's her first. And then Etta Miller comes in for Hillman after a great placement hit. And Etta Miller is up. Etta Miller with another serve. Back to out of bounds. And Hershey is up for a serve, but we got a sub for Pine River. Downey for Smith. Hershey is going to serve. And the serve. Back to Heck. Wagner up. Livingston at hit, but it goes out of bounds. It looks like the North Home Kellier is losing steam coming into the second game. Hershey serve. Back. Heck. Weinbor up. Adam Miller up by, saved by, Feldhaus with the tip. Oh, but Weinbor tries to save it, but it just could not be saved. Hershey with a great serve to Henneberg. Weinberg up. Livingston and then Atkins to Hershey. Then to Feldhaus, and Feldhaus with the hit. And that gets her to 4 hits tonight. 15-5. Hershey serve. And they call it in. Looks like it was right on the line. Adam Miller. Hannikin going in for a win. Hershey serve. Hershey serve. Goes to Henneberg. Donald, and then to Livingston. Downey up. Feldhaus tries to get it tries to fist it over, but just cannot get it over. Gives North Home Kellier a point. 16-6. Livingston up. Back to Atkins. Up to Hershey, and down comes Anna Feldhaus with a great hit. Feldhaus comes to 5 hits, or 5 kills of the afternoon. Hindenburg out, and number 14 Gilge is in, and Anna Feldhaus serve. Boom. A really powerful serve, but just could not keep it in. Feldhaus. Weinenbohr is up for another serve. The serve. Back, and it's out. Semler's coming in for Atkins. And Hannikin with a serve. And the serve. Back to Adam Miller. Donald, it goes right by the basketball hoop. didn't know if it was going in, staying in or what she should do. So Hannikin up for another serve. This is game 3 of 5. I don't even remember who that is. Not on the program. And Hannikin to Adam Miller. Weinborg up. Down will come down. Hannikin to a set to Johnson. And Heck tried to get it back into play, but she just could not get it back in. 21-7. And 21 is in Dreher. And for Weinborg. And Hannikin serve. Back to Adam Miller. Over to Dreher. And coming down Gilge. And Hannikin. Johnson with the over. Adam Miller. Over to Dreher. And Donald. Downey. Coming down is and a tip by Alyssa Semler. And a setup by Semler. And then another set by Hershey. And then a tip down. And then Heck keeps it in play, but the miscommunication between Adam Miller allows them not to get the point, and now cramp is in for Hershey. And Hannikin with another serve. The serve goes back to 16, up to Dreher. Barkas. Hershey set. Semler gets a little behind in front of it, and then over by Heck with a great little save by them. Cramp. Coming down is Johnson. And then a tip. And it doesn't go over. Or Johnson's tip does go over, but the other stuff that went on for North Home Kelliher did not. And another Hannikin serve, 2 points away from getting a third game win for the Pine River Bacchus Tigers. And the serve. A short serve to Adam Miller. A come down by Semler. And it's a great kill. And that gets 9 kills of the night or the evening for Semler. And a 1 point away from a Pine River Bacchus homecoming 2017 win. Hannikin with the serve. And the serve is good. Over the net to Adam Miller. Over to Dreher. Coming down is Heck, but it's out of bounds. And Pine River Bacchus wins homecoming 2017 game to North Home Kelliher. So, the next time you'll be hearing from me will be hopefully a playoff home game we'll have here at Pine River Bacchus. I don't know when playoff starts, but hopefully we'll have